You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 17th, 2023 meeting of the Michigan City Board of Works and Safety. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting of the Michigan City Board of Public Works and Safety to order this 17th day of April 2023. Present are Mayor Dwayne Perry, Mr. Michael Vinson by Zoom, and myself, Virginia Keating. We have a quorum. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the regular hybrid Zoom meeting of April 3rd, 2023. Are there any corrections?
No corrections, Madam Chair. Motion to approve.
Second.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry?
Aye.
Mr. Vinson?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a street sign request. Paul Prespolinski, Second Ward Councilman, is requesting the replacement of a stop sign on Wabash Street at the alleyway between Barker Avenue and Fulton Street. Good morning, Corporal.
Good morning, Corporal Brian Wright, Michigan City Police Department Traffic Division Commander. Regarding that, I will put up the traffic counter in that area. I don't know if it's past practice in the city to put stop signs at the end of the alleys.
That's what I was questioning.
And that's what I was going to ask Sean if he was here, but I'll get in touch with him this afternoon and also put up the counters to see if there's something needed, but I do not believe it's past practice to do that.
I don't believe it is. Wasn't there an issue of somebody being struck by a vehicle in that area?
I would have to look, quite honestly, just to be sure.
Would you please?
Yes.
Because I think that's what the councilman indicated.
Okay, I will follow up with him as well.
Okay, then
All
we'll
right.
put this on our pending items list.
Thank you.
For next meeting. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is Michelle Farrell, 1901 East Cool Spring Avenue, is requesting to repair a drainage ditch to control flow of water directly across Risky Avenue next to Cool Spring Estates Apartments. Amber, I believe that this is a sanitary district matter, is it?
I believe it needs to go back to sanitary district. I don't think it's a Board of Works matter.
Okay. Is there somebody who wants to address this? Do you understand what we're saying?
Yes, I do. And the reason it was brought to you is I spoke to Mike Vincent about it and he had directed me to come here and talk to you guys about it. In the past, I had talked to sanitary about it and I received a letter from Mike Huss and he was trying to put it off on Trail Creek. So I was at a loss because it hasn't been addressed and it hasn't been resolved. And as you can see from the photos and the letters that we've gotten to support us with this, it's been a constant problem for years. And when it overflows, it not only floods our yard and the parking lot at the apartments, it also affects our septic system, which backs up into our house.
Certainly, I remember reading that in your
Yes.
submittals. I understand that and I'm sympathetic. I know everyone on the board is sympathetic with you, but we don't have jurisdiction over this matter. And that's the reason that we have to refer it. It's not that we're trying to pass it along and not help you out. It's just simply because under the law, we can't help you.
I understand that. What do you recommend that I do?
Well, we're going to refer it. Okay, we'll send a letter to sanitary and ask that they take a look at it.
Madam Chair,
Please.
if I may, I will run with the ball on this one. I will take it to sanitary myself.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
So,
Perry.
If
I
it's
know,
acceptable to you and the board, I will do that.
because I know a couple of years ago, I had spoke with you in LaPorte and you had come out to my house to actually look at it before you were even in office.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take care of this.
All right,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Madam President, I think there's more public comments on this.
Are there any public comments?
Yeah, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street. We had the same issue when my family lived on Hendrick Street. This is back in 2007, and Mayor Oberle basically told us that's not ever going to be corrected until the Barker Lafayette Sewer Project is completed.
Thank you.
I
Next,
hate to tell you this, Mr. Kolovic, but I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
go ahead.
But I've looked at the Barker Lafayette Sewer Project, or Lafayette Barker, whatever you want to say, and I had a professional engineer look at it, and I was told it is not going to correct all the water problems in the basement. So let's stop traveling that path. You and Mr. Councilman Prisbalinski are beating that to death, and that's not the solution. We're looking for a solution, okay? So put it on the back burner, please.
Thank you. Councilman Prespolinski, you weren't here when we called the matter of the signage at the alleyway. And we've directed Corporal Wright to take a look at that, and he'll return at the next meeting, just so you know, but so you can keep track of what's going on here. Okay, the next item on the agenda is a street
The
closure.
board needs to make a motion though to refer this to sanitary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Motion to refer.
Second.
I call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you. Now we're moving on to the street closure. Kyla Sinkowitz, Barrel House, is requesting to close the corner of 9th Street and York Street, the edge of Zorn Brew Works on 9th Street, and right before the alleyway behind Barrel House, 113 York Street, to host Dig the Dunes Mac and Cheese Fest on September 24th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Kyla Sinkowitz, on 100 Anchor Road in Michigan City. We are having this Mac and Cheese Fest again on September 24th, and in the past had closed off that street to kind of for the safety of everybody walking back and forth between Barrel House and Zorn Brew Works. But yeah.
Sure. And we've done this before, I believe. Corporal, have you taken a look at this?
Yeah, I've looked at this a bit. I see absolutely no issues with doing this, especially since it's been done in the past. So I say it'd be fine to do.
Thank you for your input.
Sure.
Is there any public comment? Is there any board?
Motion to approve, Madam Chair.
We need an updated certificate of insurance. The insurance presented doesn't match our policy requirements.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pending submittal of insurance certificate.
And second.
Okay, then I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you. The next two items are retirements. Chief Doug Legault, Michigan City Fire Department, is announcing the retirement of Captain Mark Baker with 25 years of service with the department. This is for informational purposes only. And I'd like to thank Captain Baker for his service and wish him well in his retirement. The next is retirement of Chief Doug Legault, Michigan City Fire Department, is announcing retirement of Captain Dennis Wantland with 34 years of service with the department. This is also for informational purposes only. And I'd like to thank Captain Wantland for his service and wish him well in his retirement. Next item on the agenda is a food vendor renewal license request. Ron Lanthrope, A Slice of Heaven, 425 Ogden Avenue, is requesting to renew his food vendor license that will be located in the parking lot of Brandt's Old Fashioned Feed Store, US 12. Good morning,
Morning.
Mr. Lantrop.
Yes, Ron Mantroop, 425 Ogden Ave, Michigan City.
Okay, and how many years have you been doing this at this
I
location?
think this is our 7th summer.
Okay.
Going into.
Okay. Do you see any problem, Corporal? Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. And are there any public comments regarding this? Do I have any board comments?
Madam Chair, I just verified with Madam Clerk that the paperwork is in order. So I would motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, then I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you. Next item on the
Thank you.
agenda, we have two memorandum of understandings. Shannon Eason, Public Art Committee, is requesting to renew the lease of an art sculpture with Ray Cass for Sentinel from 2023 through 2025. Good morning, Shannon.
Morning. Shannon Eason, Treasurer of the Michigan City Public Art. These sculptures are currently being displayed, so we're simply asking to do a 2-year lease renewal. It's a $1,500 per year per sculpture. Sentinel is located on the southwest corner of Fifth and Franklin. And Galaxy is currently located on the northwest corner of 8th and East Michigan Boulevard. And the committee has no plans to move these. We'd like to keep them where they are.
Okay, just for clarification, funding is in place for both of these. Also, the terms of the memorandum are from June 22nd, 2023 through June 21st, 2025. That includes the sculpture by Ray Cass of Sentinel, as well as the sculpture by Ray Cass for Galaxy. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, are there any board comments?
None here, Madam Chair.
And do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support?
A call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
chair votes aye as well. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is an emergency invoice approval. Chief Legault, Michigan City Fire Department is requesting permission from the board to pay Sentinel Emergency Solutions LLC in the amount of $7,636.90 for emergency repairs to T-Rex aerial from account 1101.020.4636.020. And I think I better say that again. 1101.201.436.020 is the account.
Deputy Chief Reback, Michigan City Fire. At this time, I would like to withdraw the request. We're still having issues with that truck and being repaired correctly, so I can't very well ask for funds to approve to pay for it if it's not
Certainly.
fixed correctly. So
Certainly. So you'll return when you're
yes, we
ready.
will.
Thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
Next.
Question, Chief, is it appropriate for you to give us some idea what the issue with the truck is?
In the invoice, we had a first page. There's a cage load sensor, and it's a huge problem. You can't operate.
Instrumentation?
Yeah, you can't operate the truck with this.
No
alarm.
major components of the truck damaged, suspension or anything?
No. This is strictly for a sensor issue that they were supposed to repair when it was in St. Louis.
Thank
So
you, Chief.
Madam Chair, if I could ask Chief a question on the T-Rex.
Please go ahead.
It just seems like a few meetings ago, the T-Rex was just at St. Louis for repairs. And I recall in my memory that it's been in St. Louis a few other times. Is this a situation we should enact like a lemon law or something? I mean, they've had it in St. Louis more than we've had it in Michigan City, seems like. Is there a systemic issue with this equipment?
to my knowledge, it's only been to St. Louis once. I'm going to be honest with you. There is an issue, and that's why I don't think we should pay the bill today, because there's a problem and it needs to be taken care of. Chief Legault can discuss more of that with you in depth, but as of right now, I'm just trying to get the truck fixed and doing my best to do that. But at this time, it's not functioning the way it should. It's not safe, and I'm not going to put firefighters on it the way it is right now.
Yeah,
So,
and
it's something we have to remedy for sure.
Yeah, this is a piece of equipment that we thought we needed, 2 years ago? And
This truck is 8 years old.
Or is it at the end of its life then? How much use have we gotten out of it? Are we throwing good money after bad? I guess that's my point is, if it's junk, it's junk. We just need to call it, right?
Like I said, once again, this will be something that Chief will have to sit down with possibly the mayor, council, Board of Works, and kind of figure this out. So
Truck's in Michigan City right now.
yes, sir.
Right?
It's at Station 4. Yep.
But unusable?
It's not safe enough to put people on right now until they get out and work on it. They're supposed to be out today to take a look at it.
All right. Sorry
Thank
for the. All right.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Anything?
Next item on the agenda is a request for a work order Councilman Don Prespolinski, 215 Gardena Street, is requesting a work order to be submitted to CSX Railroad Crossings for repairs at Woodland, Risky, Carroll, and Greenwood Avenues. I don't see Don here today. The last time we did this, I believe that, Mayor, you handled this outside
It
of
took
the,
forever to get it done, but
Yeah,
I'll
outside
make
of
the
the
contacts of Senator Braun's office, and looking through my file, I do have contacts for some higher ups with CSX. So I'll lodge the initial request and chase it.
do we want to put this on the pending items list then?
Yes, please, madam.
Then can I have a motion?
Motion to put it on the pending items list.
Second.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
chair votes aye as well.
Yeah.
At least, yeah, at least, okay.
2 months.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a request to remove AT&T wire boxes. And this is also Councilman Don Prespolinski, 215 Gardena Street, request to remove AT&T wire boxes throughout the city. We had a little bit of a discussion last meeting about this, and I understand that it's not just AT&T that owns these boxes, but there's multiple entities involved. Does the board have any suggestions? The fact being that Mr. Prespolinski is not here, do you want to put it on a pending items list?
Yes, Madam Chair. We discussed this at our last meeting. I went out and physically looked at some poles, but unfortunately I looked on the poles on the east side of Franklin along Harrison rather than the west side.
This is the wire box, the AT&T.
Yeah, it morphed into this. So let me do some investigation and see if I can
Okay,
come up with a number. Maybe put it on the pending item list for a month.
okay, all right, then can I have a motion?
Motion to put it on the pending items list for a month.
Second.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
chair votes aye as well. Next item on the agenda is a park department report. I don't know if Shannon is still here. Park department updates and details as to all upcoming community events per board resolution number 2836. This is for informational purposes only. Is there anybody who can address this? Can you? Who's? Okay. We'll just hold on to this one and we'll move on to the next item on the list, which is the city arborist. Correspondence was received in the clerk's office on April 4th, 2023 from Tim Warner, president of the Michigan City Tree Board, regarding the Michigan City arborist recommendation. They're recommending Nicole Messiker. Is there anyone from the tree board here that wants to address us? Well, I see Nicole. Would you like to step up here and talk to us a bit? No, here. Dwayne.
Okay. I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you directed something.
No.
Hi,
Why don't you state your name?
Nicole Messiker.
Okay, where do you live?
I live at 1401 Illinois Ave in LaPorte.
Okay, and you're a candidate for the arborist, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and just briefly, what is your background, your degree?
Okay, so I have a degree in environmental management and public affairs from Indiana University School of Public and Environmental Affairs. I've worked for the past 16 years for LaPorte County as the Soil and Water Conservation District Education Coordinator, and then as the MS4 Director. So I've spent my entire career working in natural resource management.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Well, I thank you for coming, and at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the tree board's recommendation to hire Nicole Messiker as the Michigan City arborist, effective immediately.
I will make that recommendation, Madam Chair. I'll make a motion to recommend hiring.
I'll second.
Okay, then I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
your vote's aye as well. Congratulations and glad to have you. Thank you very much. Abandon. Next item on the agenda is the awarding of bids. We have 3 bids to award for demolition. Christine Vanderberg. Oh no, what did I lose Shannon again? That's here. Okay, well, let's go back, okay? I'm gonna revisit the matter of the park department report, the park department updates and details of all of the upcoming community events. Could you please inform us of what's going on? Either one of you?
Good morning. I'm Ed Shin, Superintendent of the Parks, and I understand you would like a list of the events and maybe an update on how far we are in collecting their information.
Absolutely. That would be helpful.
Okay. We have Oktoberfest coming up 2023. It's March 24th. I'm very sorry that I'm not prepared with the information that I have studied. But we do have events coming up, and documentation has not all been sent in. This documentation comes in spurts. And I do know that we have a 420-ish event. This list is new to me. I'm very sorry. Beyond the Beach Music Fest. Brew at the Zoo. Bulls, Park Bulls Movie. Burnham Party. Beach Volleyball Events. Food Truck Festival. Hobie Cat Races. And Juneteenth. Aqua X Races, Youth Academy, Municipal Band, Pride Fest, Soccer in the Sand, Uptown Social 5K, and Walk to End Alzheimer's. So all these events, as I say, the information trickles in and it's due 30 days before the event, and I will have all the information on these at the next meeting.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. You have so many events, it might be helpful if you just type it out.
A checklist. We will have one by then.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful. Well, thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
We'll have more information next meeting.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Madam Chair, if I may add one item that was not mentioned, and I'm very proud to mention, is the reactivation of the splash pad. The splash pad will open Memorial Day. Free to the people of Michigan City.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you. And moving on, then we're going to the awarding of the bids. Christine Vanderberg, Code Enforcement Officer, is requesting to award the demolition bids for the following properties. 614 Ridgeland Avenue, owner L. Delaman, L. Loomis and Solid Waste. 442 Hayes Avenue, the owner Terrence Collins. And 816 West 7th Street, the owner is Michigan City. Is there anyone here to address this? We opened the bids at the last meeting, and I think the only bidder was Smith and Sons.
Correct. So we opened the bids. There was only one bidder for all 3 projects. Smith and Sons, we have reviewed all the paperwork and it is in order, and would be recommending approval of the bids for Smith and Sons for the demolition of all 3 properties. So 614 Ridgeland would be an award of $11,000. 816 West 7th Street would be in the amount of $29,500. And 442 Hayes Avenue is in the amount of $13,000. I know Ms. Vanderberg was here. I'm not sure where she went though.
Okay, all right. Well, we can just move ahead without her input anyways. Is there any comment from the public? Is there any board comment?
I'll make a motion to approve the bids.
Support?
One last item, is the insurance in order?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Fine, then I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the payroll docket for April 6, 2023, a city payroll of $667,159.19, a claims docket of April 17, 2023, municipal claims of $1,200,470.18, health and life insurance fund of $348,853.85, CDBG in the sum of $23,215, workers' comp trust, zero, total claims $1,572,539.03. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the claims as stated?
Second.
Call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Next item is the unfinished business list. Beginning with the issue of ADA order corners for the double tracks on 10th and 11th Street, sponsored by Paul Przepolinski, Councilman, 2nd Ward. We had assigned this to Brad Minnick. I don't see him here, so perhaps we had to just continue this till the next meeting. Okay. The next item is also Paul Przepolinski, Councilman, 2nd Ward, placement of the stop sign at the corner of Barker Avenue and Ohio Street. Corporal.
So I've looked into this a bit. I actually don't think it's a bad idea. There's about an average in the last 5 years of about 3 crashes there a year, roughly, at that intersection of Ohio and Barker. In the last 5 years, there have been only 12 crashes, but the span though for traffic to stop there between 11th Street and Earl Road that's the only stop signs is at 11th Street and then a stoplight at Earl Road. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to put a stop sign there just to give traffic a chance to slow down in that long span of no stop signs or yield signs, anything like that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Is there any public comment? I see that there is.
Paul Przepolinski, 1716 Washington Street, Councilman, 2nd Ward. I'm grateful for the information from Corporal Henderson and the thought that there is something needed there, because the time, I tried to time it one day on when cars approach heading southbound on the curb by Burnham Glove. You got about 4 seconds to react. And that's not an unofficial time, but I was watching my clock and my timer, and it was like 4 seconds when that car hit the intersection from the curve. When you see it approach, because that curve is, I don't know what the angle is on the approach, but it's huge. And then you see the top of that car, and it's in the intersection. So I would be grateful, and the residents would be grateful. And they do have a petition that was circulated over there for me. And I'm the lady who's holding, the individual that's holding the petition goes to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we haven't been able to hook up, but the residents really want it. And not only the residents on Ohio Street, but on the our streets to the west and the east that use that intersection to get to the south end of town. Also, I think that the board, it's about traffic and the increase of traffic on our what they call intersectors, a main intersector in the community, and that's what Ohio Street is that by Knapp School, I think that we need to have a timed stop at that intersection, not yellow flashing lights, but an actual light that enacts when school is, in session or releasing. And I know you
I
had that.
suggest if you want to pursue that, please file a.
Okay,
petition to the
I just, since
office.
we're talking about
Yeah.
stop signs, I mean,
Thank you.
we need a comprehensive study on what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, are there any board comments?
I'll make a motion to approve based
I'll
on
second.
that this traffic statistics. Incidentally, Councilman, that is Corporal Wright.
Okay,
Whoever.
I'm sorry.
And not only based on the traffic statistics, but Ohio Street's a pretty wide street and it's there's a lot of fast traffic going there.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
your vote's aye as well. The next item on the agenda is the matter of the Jake break. Mike Vincent was requesting a restricted sign on US 35 between Warnke Road and US 20 interchanges on both sides of the highway. And we tabled this because the question that had been posed was whether or not there was an ordinance governing this matter. And I have before me an ordinance that was passed by LaPorte County Commissioners, ordinance number 2022-3, which reads, an ordinance prohibiting the use of compression, release, engine brakes, or Jake brakes within LaPorte County. So we do have something here. We do not have something in Michigan City. Is it necessary that we do have that, Amber? Should something be passed by our?
You know what? I'm sorry I wasn't here at the last meeting. So let me take a look at what you have there and just put this back, keep this back on the pending list for
Okay.
me to make a recommendation.
All right. We'll do that. We're going to hold this on the pending items list and we'll revisit it at our next meeting. Next item on the agenda for the pending items list is Don Prespolinski's concern regarding the safety at the corner of Harrison and Buffalo Street, and that was leaning poles. And I believe that the last time that we had this before us, we learned that it appeared some entity was doing some repair work or something of the sort. It looked like there was some action there. Can you update us?
Yeah, good morning, board members, city councilman, at large Don Perbolinski, 215 Gardena Street. And whoever did the work, I'm assuming it must have been the telephone company, but the poles are standing straight now and the wires correctly hanging, and I don't see an issue there. So I don't know who did the work, but it got done. So I appreciate that.
Well, then I need a motion to take this off the pending items list as it's being.
Motion to remove.
And second.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. And the last item on the pending items list is a matter concerning a crash analysis on Woodland Avenue. Brad Minnick is not here today, so we're just going to continue that, leave that on the pending items list. Moving along, then, we've reached the point where we are open to public comment. And as I normally do say, any matter requiring board action will not be discussed under the public comments section of the board meetings. All matters that require board action must be placed on the agenda using the forms and procedures available at the clerk's office. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes. Comments must be addressed to the board president, not to individual board members. Comments must be germane to and within the mandate and authority of this board. And I'm going to add something here because we're in the election season. Public comment isn't the purpose of public comment at this forum is not for political purposes. We are not here to open up the forum for political discourse. That being said, anybody wish to have the floor?
Yeah, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street. I want to get back to the AT&T box or whatever utility company they're owned by. We got all over the county like that. They get wiped out mostly in the wintertime. They get It's the backwash that comes off the snowplow blade that just kind of destroys them. And there's really nothing you can do about that. I tried working that before I moved here where my mom lives. I worked with the late county councilman Jeff Santana on that. It's just impossible to get them to go out and do a service call. You just gotta let whatever utility company owns them do them in their due diligence. So even if you do get this passed, I doubt that you're really gonna get anywhere with them. My one recommendation is maybe refer to the law office of Shaw Freeman. He's an expert in utility law. So that's my only recommendation when that gets tabled next month, to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
City Councilman Don Perbolinski, 215 Gardena Street. I guess the discussion must have already taken place for the utility boxes.
Yes, we put it on the pending items list, and
Okay.
as we also did with the crossings.
The railroad crossings?
Yes, that's
Okay.
on the
So
list.
which crossings are those, Madam Chairman? Are it
Ones that you listed, they're
Woodland Ave,
risky.
Carroll Ave,
Carroll.
Risky?
Yep.
Okay,
And as a matter of fact, those are set to be before us again in 2 months. The issue of the boxes will be brought back in 1 month, just for.
yeah, no, and I appreciate that. And,
Covered that.
you know, I do believe that something can be done about it. We just have to find the right person to talk to with the utility company. And, you know, if they don't want to tear them out, then if they give us permission to go tear them out, then I think the ones that look bad should be removed, because otherwise and we've all seen them. Everybody in this room has seen what these boxes look like. They lay on their sides. They're, you know, we're trying to clean the city up. And to me, it's just like, we talk about debris and refuse and litter. To me, those boxes look like litter in the city.
Okay,
So yeah, we need
give it a
to,
shot.
we need to address that.
Try to do something about it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Okay, I'm back here. I'm Amy Bowman. I reside at 117 Valentine Court. I am the owner operator of Good News Vintage in our downtown neighborhood at 613 Franklin Street. I understand Brad Minnick is probably the person that would be able to answer the questions that I have, but I am here basically representing myself. I'm not here directly for any other business. Probably indirectly I am. Just really want to know what's going on with the street closure, with the big NICD sign on Franklin Street saying that Franklin Street is closed. It has been a massive detriment to our businesses. I can show you numbers. Businesses dropped off essentially. The only ones that are coming down to our neighborhood are the folks that work in our neighborhood. A lot that's been the case anyways. I did speak with some representatives of NICD. I do believe they're going to change it to a more positive, you know, downtown businesses are open. Please follow detours would be a good start. But I'm also concerned about this two-way traffic conversion and this really scary back-in parking that they are going to stick us with. I don't believe that any businesses were contacted about this. Maybe there were some, but I know that I've been in business downtown since 2016, and my landlord has been a stakeholder since the 90s, and neither of us have been approached about anything. So I feel like it could have probably have been addressed a little bit better, like giving everyone a shot to know what's going on. I know there's workshops and stuff that are offered, but not a lot of us know that until after the fact. And that's all I have to say. I'm assuming Brad Minnick is the one I need to speak with.
Thank you. Somebody's phone.
Yeah, somebody, phone is going off.
Do we know who's? His code.
Pause.
Okay, any other board comment?
None here, madam, or you.
I know, I'm sorry,
Okay.
Yep.
Public
comment. We have one.
Thank you. Paul Przybylski, 1716 Washington, a longtime, lifetime resident of the Second Ward. I have a question, so I hope my time doesn't start. I have a question for Amber LePage on the T-Rex being taken out of the city for over 3 months. If the Board of Works should have approved that, should it have come in front of the board? Because it hasn't been a couple meetings. It was out of Michigan City, Mr. Vincent, for almost 3 months. And I don't believe anybody was notified about it. If they were, they kept it silent.
Well, you're really supposed to be addressing the comments to the board president, not to the.
Okay. Well, to the board president then.
I'll be happy to chime in. Mr. Przybylski, when you brought it to the board's attention, that was the first we heard about it a few months ago. Well, at least myself.
That's correct.
I did reach out to the chiefs. They confirmed it was out. I think going forward, though, they have a better understanding to come in front of the board before it comes out again.
And saying that, maybe that we need an ordinance on that, and I'll sponsor that ordinance on them Jake breaks.
Okay.
But what I want to get at is a problem that you just announced, Madam Chair, about the rules that you've in place right now. But it's okay that a member of your board can make a comment about an elected official and a citizen of the city of Michigan City on their concerns and gets away with it. I respectfully disagree with your forum today or enacting any such thing, unlimiting any comments, because that's part of our freedoms in America. Now, I will say that I know for a fact that my brother, Don Przybylski, yeah, I'm watching my time too, is that he called the senator's office, Mike Braun, and got him, well, his staff involved on those railroad crossings. And I really take exception to the comments being made, because I totally believe I know what my brother did on helping us get those fixed. But also, when it comes to the sewer projects that have not been done, we're not beating a dead horse. This work needs to be done in the appropriate expenditures of ARP monies. And that's public, and that's not a political statement, it's true. These projects have been sitting on the books for a long time. But I will say this, I have my forum also, Madam Chair, and I'm not gonna stop beating a dead horse, because I look at it that the donkey is still alive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Rodney McCormick, 617 Union Street. Just want to say something about the demos that you guys just awarded. We called Mr. Perry out, me and Mr. Pastor Briggs, on 7th Street, and we was hoping that the two houses on each side of the street that was covered up, the houses disappeared. The trees swallowed them up. We called you, and we was hoping that those houses would finally get demolished in the 3rd Ward. And sadly, I was just told that it might be on the list next time around. I just want to say it's taking too long to get some of this demo stuff done. I know money is an issue, and I don't understand if we have excavators, we have a sanitation department, we have the street department, why we won't partner up and just do the demos ourselves. We have insurance, we have the workers, and we have the equipment. What more do we need to get this done? We can get a lot more done. I don't know what these houses are going to cost, but if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of $15,000 to $18,000 each. We can get a lot of houses tore down for that much money if we use city workers. And when it comes to the sanitation, the sewage the sewer lines, that's leaks that are collapsing and falling apart. It's time for the sanitation department to put together a 5-year, 10-year plan, present it to the Board of Works, and let's get down to business and let's take care of these problems that we have in Elston Grove area and Lakeland. We have a lot of problems. We need to just resolve them. It's going to cost us down the line anyway, and we need to stay out of Long Beach. Right now, we need to take care of the residents of Michigan City. Thank you.
Did you want to respond, Christine?
Hi, good morning. Christine Vandenberg, City of Michigan City Inspection Department. The house you're referring to, 925 West 7th Street, is actually in the process of the bidding packet. So I have one more page to finish up and it goes before the next Board of Works meeting for the bids. So it hasn't been put to the wayside. The demolition process is a 40-step process. I've given Mr. Vincent what the demolition process takes. It is a lot of legal matters at hand. There's a lot of notifications and stuff. It does take a long time to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, board members. Doug Legault, Michigan City Fire Department Chief. My apologies again for not informing you that the T-Rex was out of town. It was supposed to be gone for 3 to 4 weeks is what they told us originally. It did end up being about 3 months. So my apologies again. It won't happen anymore. I'll inform you. But I do want you to know, and the citizens know, that we did have an aerial in service. It wasn't like our aerial was gone. We had our backup aerial in service for that 3 months. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Any other board or any other public comment? I'm sorry, I'm getting fuzzy. Here.
One more.
Yeah, Councilman Don Prispolinski, 215 Gardena Street. I don't know if this is the right forum to bring this up or not, but I just want to not make a comment, just ask a question about this T-Rex fire truck since we've had it. And I know I was on the city council when we approved it and we bought it, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, whatever it's been. But what I would like to know from the fire department administration and from central maintenance is how much money we've spent on the maintenance of this truck. And I'd like to know that possibly, well, we have a council meeting tomorrow night. I don't know if you planned on coming to the meeting, Chief, and give statistics, but if you can get that information, I greatly appreciate get that so the whole city council knows, you know, what we're spending on this truck, the maintenance record of the truck, you know, and because I have some concerns, you know, whether we made the right purchase there, what the future of this truck should be. I don't know because I never hear anything. All I know is it goes to central maintenance. Things are done to it. It costs money. And now we send it here, we send it there. To me, I think it spends more downtime than it does uptime. I could be totally wrong, but I'm just concerned as both the taxpayer, city council member, trying to make sure that the city's public safety is being covered. But I just want to make sure we're spending our money in the right direction. So if you could get that for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, thank you.
Okay. Any other public comment? Then public comment is closed. Any board comments?
None here, Madam Chair.
No, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
I'll call for the vote. Mark Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you all for coming.